Today we're taking LeBron James' career and putting it in reverse, which means he'll be starting off in Los Angeles as a rookie, then moving on to Cleveland, Miami, and back to Cleveland to close out his time in the league. One thing's for sure is that NBA history will never be the same, especially right away since rookie LeBron will be joining Shaq and Kobe in LA, who already have 3 championships each. So of course the three would get to work, destroying everyone in their way with highlight after highlight, winning 68 games. And come playoff time, it wouldn't stop there as they would fly through every team to make it to the finals against Philly, who would easily be taken care of in 5 games, capping off the season with the most obvious championship ever, probably in the history of sports. And in LeBron's case, since he already has a championship, he doesn't have to deal with people criticizing, questioning, or straight up discrediting him. But the rest of his NBA journey is going to be far from easy, as the duo of Shaq and Kobe had grown apart in the past few seasons, with the championship not being enough to solve the relationship, leading the two to split up. And in real life, it would start a downward spiral for Kobe as he would struggle to make noise without Shaq. But with LeBron still here, the duo can rewrite history as we know it. But there's going to be some growing pains, as for the 2005 season, the two would taper off a little bit without Shaq, only finishing as a 5th seed. And as far as the playoffs go, they would fight for 7 games against the Nuggets and Carmelo Anthony, but ultimately, they would fall short. Alright, here we go. Melo's about to send him home. He gets a screen, he pulls up from deep. He's probably missing that. It's still over though. Officially sending LeBron and Kobe home. And in the following 2006 season, while they would improve back up to the 2nd seed and actually make it to the conference finals, they'd find themselves up against the terrifying duo out in Houston, which would eventually lead to a 2nd straight Game 7 and a 2nd straight loss in that Game 7. Just an absolute disaster, man. And to make it worse, while they're at home, Shaq would be competing in the finals, and if he wins here, he'll prove that he didn't need Kobe and LeBron to win a chip. But in the end, he would also wind up losing, meaning since the trio split up, none have won a title just yet. So it's not as bad, I guess. But those last few seasons might be costly, because in real life, LeBron's been in LA for 5 seasons, and while his destinations are going to be reversed, he's playing the same amount of time with each team, which means he only has 2 seasons left with Kobe, and has to do something right now. At this point, the regular season is just a formality for the two, but now being a few seasons in post-Shaq, the two are fully prepared to dismantle every other playoff team, including getting revenge on Houston and Denver, the 2 teams that eliminated them in the past 2 seasons, to make it back to the finals for the first time in 4 years. The two have officially hit their stride at the best possible time. LeBron's going for chip number 2 and Kobe's going for 5. But standing in their way is D-Wade and of course Shaq out in Miami. The 3 former teammates are finally meeting in the finals, but for Shaq, it might be too late. Because now in his age 39 season, he doesn't have enough in the tank to keep up with the athleticism of LeBron and Kobe, especially LeBron, who's averaging 28 in this playoff run alone. And while Miami would tack on a couple wins, they'd find themselves down 3-2. And in Game 6, on the road, the two would finish the job, with Kobe closing out the game with a bang. They pass it down to Shaq. Shaq turns it over. Kobe with the steal. Where is LeBron? Kobe with the pull-up on the fast break. He's not missing that from the elbow, which gave LA a 5-point lead with a minute left, which was ultimately enough for them to secure yet another championship. At the age of 23, LeBron already has 2 rings. Obviously, in real life, he had 0 to this point. But most importantly, Kobe now has 5 titles, and if he can win number 6, it might cement him as the greatest of all time. But if LeBron wants to witness it as his teammate, he has to make it happen in the following season, since it'll be the last the 2 play together. So after a summer of work and all that in mind, it's fantastic timing that LeBron would finally win his first MVP. Kind of a shame it's his last season in LA. He would make the most of it though, once again making it to the conference finals against the New Orleans Hornets and Chris Paul, dominating to a 3-1 lead, and after one last exclamation point, they throw it down to LeBron in the post. LeBron being guarded by, I can't tell, I think that's Peja, the step back, it's good. LeBron would be heading back to the finals. It's his 3rd appearance and 2nd straight time. And while it seems like he should be up against his toughest opponent yet, out in Boston, who have recently formed a super team, it was complete domination from LeBron and Kobe, solidifying themselves as one of the greatest duos of all time, bringing home another title. Lamar with the ball. Lamar over to Kobe, pump fake, hesitated, and he made it anyways. LeBron now has 3 titles at the age of 24. But more impressively, Kobe now has 6 at 30, which means he still has plenty of time to win more. It's definitely not the last we'll hear from him. But if he's going to make some noise, he'll have to do it without LeBron, who, as a part of his backwards NBA journey, has to leave LA and go back to his home state of Cleveland. Him and Kobe were able to shatter NBA history together, but right now he has to win a championship on his own. But he's in for a rude awakening, because while he would win 2 MVPs in his first 2 seasons there, he would continually fall short in the playoffs. KG at the line, KG misses both free throws, they don't even secure the rebound, they're about at LeBron from from full court. LeBron's only playing 4 seasons with the team before he leaves again, and the first 2, to be honest, were a complete failure. And the media is putting him on fraud watch for his inability to win a title without Kobe. And that's not changing anytime soon, because for the 3rd straight season, LeBron's floundering in the playoffs. This time, ironically, to the hands of the Miami Heat, who only have Wade and Bosh. Because LeBron's career has been reversed, he doesn't get to join him yet and is being taken down in the process. LeBron played 44 minutes, had 31 points, 16 rebounds, and 8 assists, and they still lost. And while there would be some hope with the Cavs still being able to draft Kyrie, it might be too early for him and too late for LeBron, since he's leaving Cleveland after this season. And while all that's happening, let's check in on Kobe again, who's entering his 5th prime, storming through the playoffs to make it back to the finals and search for championship number 7, while LeBron's being eliminated again. LeBron's closing out his first stint in Cleveland with no championships. Right now, he can't win without Kobe. And while LeBron will one day be returning to Cleveland in search for redemption, Kobe would be defeating the Pacers easily, scoring from everywhere to win his 7th title, which is the first he's won without LeBron or Shaq, who coincidentally have 0 since leaving him. It basically cements him as the greatest of all time, but with 3 championships himself, LeBron might be able to catch up, and it's getting a whole lot easier since he's pairing up with D-Wade and Bosh out in Miami. But because he's joining 2 seasons later than usual, his finals opponents are going to be way different than what he faced in real life.
Behind the back, fires a three.
And while it would take him a few seasons and the death of his headband, 2015 to be exact, LeBron's finally rampaging through the Eastern Conference to make it back to the finals for the first time since 2008, meeting up against Steph Curry and the Warriors in the finals. 2 of the most hyped up super teams of all time are going to be battling in a best of 7. A lot of people debate on who's better, and we're about to find out. And while the overall teams are different, you could always count on LeBron and Steph to put on a show, as the insane athleticism of LeBron and the elite, which might be an understatement, shooting of Steph would make for a thrilling series. And when you combine that with the supporting cast of each team, it's no surprise that eventually it would go to Game 7. LeBron hasn't won a title in almost a decade, but now he has a really good shot to do so if he can go on the road in Oracle Arena and take one more game. But he's gonna have to wait even longer, because not only is he not winning the championship, he would flat out get embarrassed by Steph, who would win the game by 40 to fittingly prevent LeBron from winning his 4th title. How do you mess up that badly, bro? 40-point game. LeBron's lack of playoff success post-Kobe has been shocking to say the least. It took him 3 seasons to even make it to the finals with Miami, and he's falling short to the same team he did to in real life. But the 2016 season might be one for some serious change, as not only is it his last season with the team, but his former teammate Kobe would be retiring at the end of the season, locking him into a whopping 7 championships. Even though it's LeBron's career that has been reversed, it's Kobe's legacy that's benefited the most. And while LeBron would carry the Heat back to the finals against the Warriors, at this point, how could you not doubt him a little bit? Miami's kind of shaky, and the Warriors are hitting their stride, and they're having their best season so far. And that best season wouldn't be 73 wins like in real life, it would only be 68. But at the end of the day, someone has to lose, and unfortunately for LeBron, unless something changes soon, he might be cooked again. To his credit, he will lead Miami to 2 wins, but he's going down 3-2 in this series. And if he loses here, he might not even have the chance to enter the GOAT conversation. Now he has to focus on Game 6 at home to try to avoid elimination. And while the game would remain close, it would be too close, because he would ultimately be down 1 with 90 seconds left in the game. If he loses here, he could kiss that championship goodbye. They're getting everyone out the way. Steph to the basket, blocked by Whiteside. Bogut with the... no way. Bogut just took a jump shot in Game 6 of the finals. D-Wade trying to get to the basket. Chris Bosh has a mismatch. Probably should pass it back to him. Chris Bosh has Klay Thompson on him. LeBron makes the layup anyways. 1-point lead for Miami. Season on the line. Trying to force Game 7. Steph with the pull-up mid-range. He's not missing that. He did miss it. Okay, here we go. LeBron with the ball. LeBron can put it away. The pass down to D-Wade. We might be going to Game 7. There's still 1 more possession left. But Miami can't celebrate just yet. It's only a 3-point game, and the Warriors just so happen to have the perfect player for this situation. Here we go. 3-point game. 26 seconds left. Steph with the ball. Steph not even taking a 3. Driving to the basket, and he's fouled. You had 1 job. All right, obviously he made the first free throw. Second free throw is good. Now Miami has to inbound the ball, hit some free throws, and they have Dragic at the line. Not D-Wade, not LeBron. I mean, he is a good free throw shooter, but come on, bro. I would like to see LeBron at the line in this situation. He makes both. All right, Golden State has no more timeouts. They have to score on this possession pretty much. Here we go. What's Steph gonna do? Driving to the basket. Is he trying to draw a foul again? What is he doing? The pass out to Klay. Klay with a pump fake. No way. He missed it. We're going to game 7, unless Goran somehow misses these free throws. But fortunately for Heat fans, he would make the free throws, and LeBron lives to see another day. It all comes down to one more game. LeBron's heading over to Golden State to try to get revenge for last season. It's also his second straight game 7 against Steph. And coincidentally, it's the same result as last season. He's losing to Steph in the finals again. That is the worst fake comeback I've ever seen in my life, man. It went by pretty quickly, but LeBron's finished up his time in Miami with 0 championships. And to close out his time in the league, he won't be heading to LA. Instead, he's finishing right back where he was earlier, that being his hometown Cavaliers, who do have Kyrie and Kevin Love, but for reasons we'll get into shortly, he really only has one shot with them. However, it's not all bad, because he still is good enough to make it to the finals every time. And I have even better news to share, because in real life, the Warriors with KD would go all the way, but somehow this time LeBron's up against James Harden and the Rockets instead. He almost did it in real life, but he's doing it here, and now we have a finals matchup to determine who's the real King James. But let's be for real, we all know LeBron's the better player, as he would carry the Cavs to an easy 3-2 lead. It's been almost a decade, but he's one game away from his 4th title and first post-Kobe. But of course, no lead is safe. Because if Harden can get past the Warriors, he's worthy of going all the way. And it was shown in Game 6 as he would push LeBron to the limit, especially in the final minute of the game. James Harden about to go between, there we go. James Harden patented between the legs, no step back, driving to the basket, shoots it over. How did he make it? I'm convinced if they don't score here, they're about to blow it again. Oh my God, they're about to blow it again, bro. Eric Gordon with the ball. LeBron, he still scores on LeBron. They might foul LeBron, bro, because LeBron might miss some free throws. I don't know why LeBron turns it over. Oh my God, LeBron actually turned it over. Patrick Beverley with the ball. Patrick Beverley probably should have passed it. Okay. The Cavs might be good. It couldn't have been uglier, and it took almost a decade, but LeBron finally is winning his 4th championship. He's officially done it. He's won one without Kobe. He's tied up his real-life total, and now he's poised to make a serious run to close.
Did you speak to LeBron James or talk to LeBron James before you met with ownership and let them know that you wanted out?
Even though they just won a title, Kyrie would be requesting out of Cleveland. It's a major blow to the Cavs and LeBron's title chances, as he's stuck here trying to carry a subpar team. And pretty much immediately, Kyrie's absence would be felt. They throw it into Ben Simmons, being guarded by LeBron, driving to the basket, pump fake, gets LeBron in the air, and he's sending him home. Oh my God. And the 2019 season wouldn't be much better, as the roster looks seriously off. The team's gone from championship caliber to one that's extremely dysfunctional. Now you're seeing the main consequence of reversing LeBron's career. He can't leave and is stuck. So he would come up with a master plan, and it could be summarized in 3 words. I'm not playing. Because while he would be stuck here, no one said he actually had to participate. So he would sit on the sidelines and prepare himself for his final playoff run. He would also coincidentally spend a lot of time vacationing in Utah watching Jazz games for whatever reason. And while we're on the topic, that Donovan Mitchell guy's pretty good at basketball. But most importantly, because LeBron's sitting out, it would give the Cavs a chance to properly rebuild, drafting Darius Garland and Evan Mobley. And after 3 dormant seasons, LeBron's ready. He's back. In real life, the new look Cavs would win 44 games, but just by adding LeBron, that total would rocket up to 57, as the young talent on the team perfectly complemented the all-around play of Bron, and in turn, it would translate into the playoffs. The only real challenge so far would be the Nets, who have KD, Kyrie, and Harden, but LeBron's the best player on the floor, and usually, that's a good sign. LeBron driving to the basket, not too sure what's happening right now, he should pass it out. I lied. All right, he's going to the finals, where he would find himself up against Kawhi, Paul George, and the Clippers. And while each game would be close, LeBron would take not 1, not 2, but 3 games to go up 3-1. And while he would have his patented blowout in the middle of the series in Game 5, bro, why do they randomly get blown out? He would follow it up with a 40-point game, and with the help of his teammates, he would close it out and win championship number 5. He sat out for a while, but he's peaking at the best possible time. We are in the most random timeline I've ever seen. And him peaking right now is perfect because we're entering season 20, which is the final season we'll be watching from King James. It's been really strange, but he's accomplished a lot. 5 championships is more than what he has in real life, and with the offseason trade to acquire Donovan Mitchell, he has a very good shot at 6, as he brings a level of scoring LeBron hasn't had since Kyrie, and those two were able to win a title together. So with the help of Donovan, the Cavs would storm through the playoffs to make it to LeBron's 8th finals. However, while the Cavs have 3 All-Stars, so does their opponent, who just so happens to be the Suns, led by Chris Chris Paul, D-Book, and KD. It's a tough matchup, and one thing that's been consistent this whole time is LeBron's often gone to 6 or 7 games, but at the age of 38, he's still in his prime, and that wouldn't be the case. Because with the help of Donovan, the two would lead the Cavs to a 3-1 lead, and in Game 5, while it would remain close, it would come down to a few more free throws from, you guessed it, LeBron James. LeBron's going to the line. Obviously, we know his free throw is a little shaky. He's not even dapping up his teammates. He's ready for the second shot. Here we go. LeBron with the championship, his 6th championship on the line. He makes both. The Suns just called their last timeout. I would assume that KD takes the last shot, or Book. They pass it over to KD, KD to the basket. DeAndre Ayton takes the final shot with the season on the line. And with that missed shot, that would be it. LeBron's ultimately finishing with 6 titles in 20 seasons, closing it out on the team he originally should have started on. His legacy, along with Kobe's, have changed dramatically, but one thing that did stay the same was the dominance of the Warriors. But what if we put someone in the league to stop them, like Michael Jordan? Click the video on the screen to see if Jordan could take down the Warriors dynasty, because while LeBron did extremely well, that was the one thing that he couldn't do.